And here we go. I believe we are underway with the Kalispell Warhawks Dynasty Season 5 offseason. How's it going, everybody? My name is MrHurriicane, and we are ready for the 5th offseason. Well, is it the 4th? I think it'd be the 4th offseason then of the series. Wait a minute. I'm getting mixed up because like Season 1 isn't like Season 0. Whatever. We're here. We're ready to go. And I'm ready. I'm looking forward to this one. A little while ago, I had the Bears franchise off season, and that was one I was a lot more concerned about. Not sure how it was going to go. Not sure if we were going to be able to fill all our needs. And there were a lot of things I was concerned about. But here on NCAA, I mean, most of the work is already done. Most of it's complete. And we will have a couple tough off-season battles, but nothing too severe. So I'm ready to kick back, enjoy the next couple hours as we go through a full off season together, as well as the practice, the post off season practice with the new recruits that we always spend a lot of time in. And there's a very good chance that next week I do another full on practice live stream because those end up being really fun. Alrighty, yeah. See, YouTube needs to help me out here with the lates because it does the countdown like 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3, whatever, down to 1 minute. But if it's less than a minute, it no longer does a countdown. It doesn't make any sense. So, YouTube's kind of against me on that feature. First super chat comes from David Guerra. How's it going, Kane? Also, where is Jordan Starks? First off, it's going well. Pretty excited for the offseason today. And where is Jordan Starks? I'm going to be recording some of him probably tomorrow, and I'll have some of that up soon. I've been going through some series and just kind of seeing where I can make some improvements with some things. I want to get my formulas a little bit better. When I get asked about like tips for being a content creator or getting into the streaming or content creation side of YouTube, one thing I always harp on is always improving your content and what you do, and I feel like I'm overdue for some improvements. So I'm looking at some software solutions and whatnot that I can add to my series. So stay tuned. I'm trying to get some stuff nailed down here so I can spice up the content a bit, and that's why things have been a little slow on that channel last little bit. But Starks is on the way. I recapped the series or the season yesterday, and if you wanted to watch that video, it's on my channel. You can see all the stats, all the talk about last year. It's like a half-hour long video, lots of good stuff in there if that's what you're looking for. I'll go through a couple things briefly here just to point out kind of where we're going into this off season. And I feel like the offense is going to have much more success next year. We didn't have a great offensive line. If you don't have a good line up front, it's going to hurt tremendously. So to have all 5 starters that are not seniors return, as long as they don't transfer or anything, that's going to be very big for us. And that'll help the senior running backs, Roscoe Sheridan and Corey Miller, who will be in their last seasons. And then as well, you have Shakori Day going into his senior season, and J.R. Battle as well. Defensively, we are having to replace the entire linebacker core, but we have some really good players that are committed or on the roster, and there is one that will headline the off-season recruiting portion. Check the Canadian prospects this year. I still check Canada every year, and I check everybody who's like 6'7" or taller. And it hasn't been great so far in this series. I don't do off-season, like pre-season recruiting because I have to go through and do prospect stuff with Blackjack. And this last round was a big success. Super chat from Matt Solomon. Always enjoy these. Also, what's your stance on adding other players from here into your Madden franchise, not just from Kalispell on the Bears? I don't want to force it. I'm also not trying to make all these players like prominent in other series. I did Marcus Calhoun because I thought he was a really special player to the Kalispell Dynasty, and Many wanted me to do a career mode with him this year, but I didn't really want to do that. So I thought this was a happy medium, and I wouldn't have to like force him into a starting role or anything. I thought it was a fairly organic transition. Also, I liked the little tie-in there with Brian Urlacher being my owner and him also being a kind of a safety linebacker. I believe he was safety turned linebacker at New Mexico State, so they come from the same conference. So there were some parallels I liked in there, so that was kind of cool. I have not done things like schedules yet. I worry about more of that after the stream is over. I want to focus more so on the players that we have or are going to have, and then practice as well. So let's sim to the end of bowl season, everybody. Just thinking here for a moment. Do I want to sim right now? Do I want to make a new file? I think I'm good. All right. End of bowl season. Here we go. Super chat from Dylan Sharp. Happy holidays, Kane. Happy holidays, Kane. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Dylan, and happy holidays to everybody. Whatever it is you're celebrating, hope you have a great time spending time with family and friends, and probably some video games as well. I know a lot of my favorite games were Christmas gifts, including Madden 2001, which was the game that got me into football, the game that got me into Madden, and the game that really got me into gaming. I was not a hardcore gamer at all before Madden. Madden was a gateway to basically who I am now. I got the Orange Crush candy cane again this time around. I can't get enough of these. When they're on clearance after Christmas, like, I gotta stock up because I'm not gonna be able to find them again for like 11 months. Do you have another safety to cover if you move Hayes to corner? I think with Kelly John Charles and Shannon Evans, that gives us a good starting pair. Beyond them, a little thin. I'm not really sure what the prospects of future safeties look like. I'll have to probably prioritize that in Season 6 recruiting. Is that the one with Marshall Falk on the cover? No, that was 2003. I played that one on PC, actually. But 2001 was Eddie George. Ooh, good question here about Mario Townsend. Do you believe Mario Townsend or Shane Monson will be more productive since you're graduating many of your linebacker core? I drew parallels between those two players and names we already know. I compared Shane Monson to Jonathan Starks, and I also compared Mario Townsend to Quentin Dunn. Now, I'd say Townsend has a better chance of an early impact than Monson does. We have bowl results, we do. I really want to see how Hawaii did because they won their conference championship game against Boise State. So Wyoming wins their bowl game, Hawaii loses theirs in the Idaho Potato Bowl. Utah State loses their bowl game, so 1-2 is our conference. Air Force wins, so they're 2-2. Boise State loses, so 2-3. Kalispell, of course, wins 3-3. Any others? I always like seeing how strong our conference is. New Mexico loses 3-4. Hope I don't miss anybody here. That would be less than ideal. And in the national championship, Florida settled down 45-7 over Tennessee. Not even giving them a chance. That is filthy. Poor Tennessee never stood a chance in this game. Oh well. Dark Falcon, how's it going? Please get Ja'Cory Day a John Ross level domination season. You know I want to see Ja'Cory have a big year. And I like the way that I gave him a larger role as the season came to an end. But for whatever reason, like, Ja'Cory Day has not made a lot of plays in the 3 bowl games he's been a part of. Remember his first? It was 0 catches and like 2 drops. And then the second bowl game was a couple catches. Third one, of course, he did have an interception. So yes, if you missed the bowl game at all for whatever reason, Ja'Cory Day caught an interception. You heard that correctly. They were running no huddle. Our defense was tired. Jameel Butler, I think, was out there. Michael Hunter, guys we never talk about. Ja'Cory had to play some nickel, and it was wild. So there you go. 64 games into the season. Thank you for the super chat, Nicholas Capola. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you all for the super chats thus far. I missed UNLV. They lost. So what are we, 3-5 then? All right, 64 games in. It does not feel like I started this dynasty this year. I know I posted like the first episode at the end of last year, and then we built it up. I love the way I handled this dynasty, by the way. Just the intro episode, the spring game, and all the introductory stuff. Love the way I opened up this series. And now we're already 5 seasons in, and like the first couple seasons are nothing but a distant memory. To me, anyway. I know I do a lot of series, lots of content, but it feels like that was so long ago to me. But it wasn't. It's all been in less than a year. And we are less than a calendar year from the start of this series in the first place. So thank you all for being a part of this journey, for supporting this game and supporting the content. What do we got? Oh man, the coordinating stuff has been like a wild ride this entire series. With us losing Starks, with us getting a great... we got the coordinator from Colorado who bounced out to Washington, or was it UCLA? I think UCLA to play to coach Heikkinen. This is going to be longer than Minnesota. I think there's a good chance. Because we started out so low compared to Minnesota. In 10 years with the Gophers, different than 10 years here with Kalispell. We're halfway home, so maybe. My contract, I know, is fine. First couple of years, I had to worry about job security a little bit, although I had a backup plan in case anything happened. I don't think I have to worry about anything on the coaching carousel. Oops, hit the wrong button. Do a plot twist and change teams? No, I did not do all this work to not play with my Warhawks. Congrats on beating Marshall. This is a super chat from I Am Tim Tam. Congrats on beating Marshall. They win 78.5% of their bowl games. Speaking of West Virginia teams, you should do a 2-year contract with my Mountaineers. 2 issues. I'm not leaving Kalispell. Second issue, what the heck is with that font choice they have on their uniforms now? I'm not sure if that's even in the game. Thank you for the second super chat here, Nicholas. I forgot to send a message with a donation, but here's another one. What's the plan for this offseason? Anything new? Also, Marcus Calhoun is the GOAT. First off, I don't think it lets you do a message on $1 donations. I think it has to be at least $2. So, just for future reference. Any plans for this offseason? Well, I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to do at linebacker. I want to figure out... Probably going to have to get some new sub packages on defense because we're just graduating so many players. We have freshmen coming in that I think are going to have some key roles on the team very early on. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with Glenn Hayes, where he's going to play. There's a chance he could be in some sort of Jabril Peppers hybrid style role. So yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary, I guess, but just some roster stuff. Oh, I'll play 2 games against them, against West Virginia. I'll look into them. Got my Kalispell off-season notes here that I'll refer to later. Alrighty, so I like to see whatever happens here with the coaching staffs of these teams. Oh, BYU makes some changes after a down season. Extension for the Hawaii coordinator. OC expires, so they have a new one. We extend Mark Owens, the defensive coordinator who replaced Jonathan Starks. I wonder why they never gave you the option to like handle any of this stuff. Although I don't mind a little bit of randomness. You see, with these sports video games, I don't want them to be treated like a video game. I want them to be like a simulation of sorts. So Like, I'd be upset about that in like any other kind of game, not having the full control there. But I like chaos. I like not having the I don't know. I don't mind when stuff just, like how injuries can impact my season or whatever. Like if I'm playing a game like Skyrim or an RPG and my gear gets like degraded and whatnot, I get upset. But in these games, it's like just an opportunity for another storyline or something like that. Players leaving. No way. No Freddie. Freddie Kimbrough wishes to transfer to Texas State. And I knew this was a risk going into this season, that a 5-star receiver going to Kalispell would not want to be redshirted. So we need to see if I can fix that. I do want to have Kimbrough play, and I think he'd play a lot. I'm not sure if this is going to work, though. Wow. I don't feel like I have a chance to make a difference on this team. Did I just, like, knock down my man's confidence here? He doesn't feel like he can make a difference? Wow. Freddie Kimbrough is gone. See, that's the kind of thing. Just, I don't mind these little things thrown at me that I have to react to for the experience. I love it. Wow. So, Kalispell's only 5-star recruit in team history has transferred and will have never played a snap for the Warhawks. That means we are still waiting for our first true 5-star prospect. Pay the man. Come on, man. How do you think I got Boogie Turner and Hayden John Charles? Our budget is not unlimited here. What if we pay him in Bitcoin? I'm not sure if the NCAA could like sanction that. I guarantee you there are colleges out there who've already thought of that. Alrighty, so Kimbrough is gone. Oop. I laugh every time I see this. Madden 25. Since then, 15, 16, 17, 18. 4 different Maddens since then. Super chat from Marcus. Oh, this is really going to test me, isn't it? Grijalva? I really do not know where to go with that one. Kane, will you be thug dumping on this live stream? Probably not. Oh man, super chats rolling in. Oh, no drafted players, not even Jay Page, you kidding me? David Guerra says we need Blackjack's secret fund ASAP. And Blackjack is here. Blackjack says time to boogie down in Kalispell. Get ready for year 6 recruits. The sheet is almost finished. Wow, Freddie gone just as I wrote this. I have only 1 receiver ready for year 6. And then Blackjack laughs at my misfortune here. Well, yes, Blackjack, we have to catch up and talk about the recruits and whatnot. So I'll try to find some time here in the next couple days to reach out and see when you're free. Let me know. Let me see the draft results at least for different teams here. Alabama not done putting out first-round talent. Yeah, it's really hard to get players who are under 90 overall drafted. Just go through these lists and you'll see that you probably won't find any. Jay Page is like an 89. I think multiple times he was an All-American. And yeah, that kind of tells you everything you need to know there. Nice job by Clemson there, Blackjack. Let's focus on our conference. Hawaii, nobody. Marshall, just because we played them, no. Miami, the U, a couple first rounders. Minnesota, no. Yeah, the non-conference schedule is actually going to be a big deal this year because there's a chance that Sidney John Charles could play. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to see Minnesota's depth chart. But also, Jesse Heikkinen, I believe, should be the starter now for UCLA. And if that's the case, we're playing UCLA this coming season. I've probably missed some schools on here. I don't feel like I've checked them all. Utah State, Zach Swenson. Wyoming at the very bottom. Okay. Can't believe that Freddie Kimbrough is out of here. How about transfer requests? Matt Solomon, pull a Heisman and 222 to nothing. Texas State next year. We want Kimbrough back. No one has transferred to Kalispell. We're still waiting on our first Division I transfer. Not that that player would help us immediately, but it'd be cool to have it happen. So I guess on to recruiting we go. Gotta play Texas State. Keep in mind, Freddie won't be playing this year because he is transferring. So that means that he is redshirted, then transferring. That's like 2 bonus years of development just so he can show me he was really a 5-star. Any idea if a new Road to Glory is coming, Kane? If so, any idea when? Also, Matt Pierre is awesome. Glad you like the Matt Pierre series. That is fun. For Road to Glory, I think my next project is going to be a shortened Road to Glory with Nate Bell. Defense and Road to Glory, I think, has always been fun. I already have a running back series on Madden, so I don't want to double up on running backs now. But I think that doing a couple of years with Nate Bell at Wisconsin would be really fun. I miss Nate. I'm telling you. They're not sponsoring me, but they should. Orange Crush candy canes. I love them. Alright, on to recruiting we go, where I'm going to be focused on mainly one player. I broke down the recruiting class in the recap video yesterday, so in case you missed that, we'll go through it briefly. We have 14 players in our recruiting class. We have 1, 2, 3 offensive linemen, which is enough in a year where we're not graduating any. We have a few linebackers, a couple tight ends, 2 halfbacks, a quarterback, couple defensive linemen. We just only had 1 secondary player, so that's where it was pretty light. Didn't focus on secondary or receivers. Okay, Blackjack says look out for Rafa, Sharquez, Heikkinen, Leighton, Sweezy. Well, thankfully Sweezy, like I don't have control over that one. That's just in our conference. But I'll have to keep an eye out for the big names. Let me write those down quick. Rafa, who's at Cal. I remember most of this stuff anyway. Towns. I'll remember Jesse. Leighton. Sweezy. Swami! Swami's in here. How's it going, gentlemen? Alrighty, so I just wanted to break down a little bit of our recruiting class so far with most of the key players. We have a couple offensive linemen who I think have really bright futures. Clay Hutchinson, first off, with the strength and impact blocking there. Give him time, and I think that he has immense potential. I also like Noah Manuai, but the strength is not as high there. I think he'll be solid, though. Then Ryan Westergren. I'm not sure if he'll be a great starter, but it's important to have depth, and we need to have better offensive linemen than we've had. At linebacker, there's Leo Thorn at 6'4", 205. Very good athlete. Has some man cover ability. I think he needs to develop into a football player yet. He's very much an athlete, and the block shedding, tackling, coverage, none of those are great. So he's going to develop, and with those athletic traits, I think that down the road he could be very, very fun. Mario Townsend. This is your Quentin Dunn replacement. He has good pass rush ability. He can tackle, decent hit power. Maybe in a couple of years, he resembles more the Quentin Dunn we've seen recently. Then Hayden John, I just saw someone say, who is Nate Bell? Oh, you got to go watch the entire Jaguars franchise from year 2 onward. One of the best draft picks I've ever had. Kane, what's your injury slider on Madden? 50. And I kind of like the results I'm getting right now. Hayden John Charles. I project him to be our number 1 tight end going into this year because I have not recruited very many. And I think Hayden will be very good, but I hope that in year 1 he's as good as I hope he can be. Boogie Turner, the crown jewel of this recruiting class. 3-star prospect out of Tampa, severely underrated. Sky-high potential, very strong, athletic, rushes the passer with power and finesse, gets off blocks, can hit. Boogie Turner is a prospect with almost no weakness. We have to work a little bit on intangibles, it would appear. But physically, this is a grown man. I can't wait. Justin Garcia, raw, tall, corner. Think Stanley Jean-Baptiste. Shane Monson, think Jonathan Starks. Very athletic, plays bigger than his size, and can cover. Reggie Jackson, balanced tight end. Not really a guy that's going to be counted on super early in his career. Anthony Hicks, not very athletic, not very strong, but as a technician, as a pass rusher. So hopefully we can make that work. Marty Belafonte, fast playmaker out of Orlando, can return kicks as well. Dustin Payment, think Marquise Walker, but taller. 6'4", similar speed, throw power, and accuracy. I think that he's very comparable to Walker. Marcus Payne, 223 pounds at 6'1", great speed, 3-down back, very, very dangerous. All right. So the one player I really hope to add to this list is Wesley Merrill from Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Never heard of it. Number 11 ranked middle linebacker, a 3-star prospect, but he is not being recruited like a 3-star prospect. I'm telling you, big interest here from South Carolina, Kalispell, and Mizzou. So you know, I have to put majority of my points into Wesley Merrill. He has excellent range. Change of direction might be a little concern. The agility is not great, but he can hit, good pursuit. Coverage is not great. He can shed blocks. I mentioned this, I think, in the recap video. I think you can compare him to Denzel Perryman. Not going to be the most reliable cover guy, but he can move, he can fly, and he can hit. And if he can be anything like Denzel Perryman was in my Chargers franchise, I'm all on board. I'm starting out here with 8,000 on Wesley Merrill. 8,095. It's going to take a lot. We have 2 teams, big teams, that could offer a ton of points. Everything on Merrill. There are some other players I'm just going to try and finish up here. Justin Payne, the receiver. Terry Scott. Kellen Childress. We do have some receivers that could be a part of this class. Joel Mixon. Hoping Bowling Green doesn't get too aggressive here. Kalechi Harley. I'm focusing first on players I've put a lot of points into because they're easier to get commits from. A lot of times you have these players that don't make a decision at all, and that's the one complaint I have about recruiting on here, is that sometimes a player will just pick nobody, and it's hard to really understand why. Super chat here from Josh Price. I've been here since Madden 12. Thanks for the memories. Thank you, Josh. That was a long time ago. That was the game that really got the channel rolling back in 2011, so I appreciate you. 27 Super Yankees. Every time I see your username, I get a little angry, I gotta say, because the Yankees are back to being evil. I think Merrill is more like Michael Kendricks. That's not a bad comp. Not a bad comp. But man, I saw your Yankees might or have traded for Garrett Cole. Can the Yankees just like, I didn't hate the Yankees for like 2 years. They miss the playoffs, they get their farm system going. I don't mind the Yankees all of a sudden. Then they're like, oh, we broke through. We got to the postseason. We were a lot better than we thought we were. Now, it's time to back up the Brinks truck. Well, actually, you didn't even have to pay him more. You just traded for him. Giancarlo Stanton, probably Garrett Cole. Who's next? Who's next? And there's some Yankee fans now. There are Yankee fans in here enjoying the situation. My created team builder team, the Canton Pythons, have 3 really bad quarterbacks. I have a freshman, sophomore, and junior. What would you do in this situation to decide who to start? I have a transfer from Auburn for next year. If I had 3 quarterbacks that were like all pretty bad, and I'm assuming because they're bad, what you're saying is that their accuracy is not very good. I'd probably take the one who is the most accurate or the most mobile, whatever combination of those two. Try running some option, run the football a little bit more than you would normally. Focus on short catches, catch and runs, a lot of screens. And I'd probably prioritize the young guy too, because I think that if you get really good numbers with certain players, they're more likely to upgrade faster and more. So I'd probably prioritize the young guy. Chris Baker probably won't take a school. See, that was one of those situations where I'm like, he might not pick anybody. Even though, like a 75 overall, I'm so interested. Hand us the World Series already. Pinstripe pride, man. Yeah, Boogie's going to be playing with Triplet. Triplet didn't play very much last year, but I think he's going to be pretty good. We return our ends this year, though, so it's not even the best year to break out quite yet. All right, Marcus McCullum. 94 speed. I offered him a scholarship. Maybe he'll just join us anyway. So, I'm gonna slide this up to 10K. Eventually. Making sure I'm good to go here on Super Chats. I am. Sano to the Yankees next. Stop. Just stop. Sano's not going anywhere. Not for a few years. Hopefully with this front office, though, they can get something done here and make things more exciting. The mid-2000s as a Twins fan was just awesome, and they hardly ever won playoff games. It was like the Bengals. If you're cool just going to the playoffs and just showing up, like the Bengals were good for much of the last decade, Twins were that way a decade ago. But the thing is, in baseball, if you don't make the playoffs, you still watched a pretty good team for like 6-7 months. When does the season begin? March? Like April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, even if a baseball team sucks in the playoffs, you still watched a good team for 6 months out the year. In football, like, it's not enough. You got 17 weeks. That's like 4 months. It's not enough. And plus in baseball, it's like 162 games. So you're talking, even a bad team, you can at least watch them win 50. Kane, can you dunk? Are you kidding me? I was lucky if I could even touch the net. No. There's no chance. 8-foot hoop? Now we're talking. I had some friends who could dunk. I'm not sure what the rest of these points. I want to make sure Payne's thing here gets finished. Maybe 350. Terry Scott. Just want to hold off Texas. Kellen Childress. Joel Mixon. Hopefully 500 is enough. Kelechi Harley. Matt Terry. Chris Baker. Like, I don't have any safeties in this class. Man, I think I have to put some points here on Baker. Oh, and Jake Wolf was one I obviously liked a lot too. I just forgot about him, but we're 9th. I just don't know if it's going to be a good situation to go for when we're already losing. He might not pick anybody. I have not nailed down the science of a lot of this stuff, and I've gone through many off seasons on this game. What is this, like my 15th off season or something like that? I gotta free up as much points as I can. I'm pretty sure Payne is like a lock. Jake Wolf. How many offers does he have? 1? Well then, I want to at least get first place. That gives me 1,000 left. Chris Baker. $2,200 on Chris Baker. Let me move him to the top. All this scrolling is just nonsensical. I don't know. 10-5 on Merrill? There's like 400 people probably in there telling me what they want me to do, and if I fail, at least like 3 of you are going to be right, and then I'm not going to hear the end of it. I'm pretty sure Payne is a lock. Famous last words. I know. Nothing's a lock in here, especially for me. Just weird stuff happens on my content. How many viewers we got in here? We have 844 watching the off season. Couldn't make it on a Saturday. I know that would be more convenient for a lot of people, but it wasn't going to work great for me. Chris Baker, the touchdown maker. That would be a cool nickname, Blackjack. The thing is, though, he's a defensive player. If he's making touchdowns, like, are we talking about this 5'11 safety getting mossed by receivers down in the end zone? All right. Baker, 22. Jake Wolf, 900. All right. We might be ready. Probably too much on Mixon, considering I already have a lot of defensive ends in this class. Harley, I'm not going to say he's a lock. $600. A few more on Baker. That's a lot of points, Baker. I think I'm okay with that. Watch Walter Garcia still commit to Kalispell. That'd be fun. Number 3 quarterback, Walter Garcia. I kind of want to put a couple points on him. Not a lot. But I mean, like, I would not mind Garcia at all. I just wasn't going to put a bunch of points into him. We already have a lot of quarterbacks. I want to make sure I at least get the lead here with Jake Wolf. I don't think that if 700 wouldn't get it, I don't think 900 would. So I'm going to put a few more on Garcia. But I think Eastern Michigan is going to give him like a Mercedes. So I think we're good here. Baker has that I'll commit to nobody feeling. Yeah. we have to go back to our psych evals on these players and be like, I don't know if he really ever wants to go to college. Maybe he doesn't want to play ball anymore. All right, everybody. The number one priority here is middle linebacker Wesley Merrill. If I land him, this is a success. So many famous last words right now. Oh, did I say Mercedes? I meant Bitcoin. I can't wait for the first story of a college team trying to bribe a prospect with Bitcoin. We're not that far away, I feel. To signing day we go. The Deconator sends a super chat. So let's hope it's a good luck super chat. Hey Kane, been a fan since the Raider days. That was Madden 13. Keep up the good work. You're the best sports YouTuber out there. Thank you very much. The Raider days. What I remember most from the Raiders franchise was honestly, remember when Danny Amendola was amazing? And remember when I signed Terrell Owens? I gotta go back to some of that stuff because there were some fun moments in that series. I think I brought back Terrell Owens and we played like the Ravens on like prime time or something like that. And I think we lost that game. Come on! Hey! Baker, Merrill, Payne. I got Merrill, I got Baker. Shout out AJ Ray. Oh yeah, AJ Ray, one of the first great draft picks of the series, of the channel. "42 minutes in, I feel like I've done nothing." Kelechi Harley goes nowhere. Matt Terry goes nowhere. Terrence Jackson goes nowhere. Marcus McCullum goes nowhere. But Chris Baker, he picks Kalispell. What? Oh man, Eastern Michigan! What happened? They got jumped by Ball State. Wow, after all that effort to get that far. Alright, Jake Wolf. Wow. If 700 wouldn't do it, I don't think 900 would either. 900 wouldn't, but 950 would have. See, you just can't figure this out. Justin Payne, lock. Walter Garcia, Ball State. That means that Eastern Michigan didn't even try, because they couldn't overcome us. Terry Scott, Auburn. Kellen Childress. How did that happen? Weren't we like this close? Joel Mixon. Bowling Green. Andy Norwood, New Mexico. Tony Hicks to Ohio State. Gervais Callahan to LSU, almost Northwestern. Richie Moore, Indiana. Wesley Merrill. I put in 8,000 more points than I had to. But I've seen teams put 10K into a player. Anybody remember when Michigan took that offensive lineman or whoever from me, put in 10K? I can't predict these things. This has to be a top 30 class, right? I think so. This has to have gotten me into the top 30. It's one of the best classes of the series. Without a doubt. Any fun walk-ons like Lorenzo Bell last year? Come on. Oh my, I can't get there. 44. We actually went down. 20 players. 2 fours. I think the thing is here, Blackjack, is that some of the biggest names, Wesley Merrill and Boogie Turner with 3 stars. So I think we're partially saying it's a great class because we know those players are better. So there you go. Not a bad recruiting class here. We have a 3-star receiver here. I do not know what he's 3 stars, so I'm not mad at that. Unless I just forgot who he is. M. Wright. Yeah, we were pretty far from the top 30. Yep, exactly, Caleb. We had the high-end 3 stars. Would you rather be the best 3-star or the worst 4-star? Position changes. Was Aaron Higdon a 5-star when he transferred away from Minnesota? I played him, though. Remember, I played Higdon, just not as a starter. Alright, remember, these overall ratings have not changed yet. There has been no training results applied. Marcus Payne, Marty Belafonte, Brandon Tolbert. He's faster than Boley. He catches a little bit better, but he can't throw. Boley, emergency quarterback extraordinaire. Receiver. Mike Wright from Rutherford, New Jersey with 82 speed, 64 agility, 68 catching, but 80 route running. I'll have to get some receivers in this offseason, or this next year. Higdon was number 2 overall. Do you redshirt players? I redshirt a lot of players. A lot of them. How many offensive linemen now do we have? Quite a few. We have a nice amount of offensive linemen. That's great. Reggie Houston. He must have just walked on. '56 zone? Chris Baker was huge because we are so thin at safety. I need safety, kicker, receiver. I don't believe I have to make any changes right now, though. I would like to do another spring game. I love the spring game. It's just, it was only easy the first time around because they were the rosters directly from Team Builder and I could play with them from the main menu. If I could export my team from Dynasty to Play Now, Exhibition, I would 100% do it. It'd be fun. We'd stream it too. We'd do it live. David Guerra says, move one of the tackles to guard. I've done that once. We have the guard situation, I think, fine. The position minimums. A lot of juniors here. So we're looking at probably 2 juniors, a senior, and a couple underclassmen this year along the O-line. Not bad, not bad. A lot of people, or at least multiple people, are saying that I should switch O-linemen. What's the reasoning? Am I, like, missing, like, a position minimum requirement? Your backup left guard is a 40. Oh, you see, this is why I like to just, like, take my time and let you guys tell me these things. Noah Manuwai. I thought about moving him to guard. Let's see. Gallagher only 44 agility. Maybe I move him to guard. I want better run blockers on the interior. I'll move Manuwai. Thank you. Blackjack says move Gallagher to guard. Bo Lee to center. A lot of people are saying move Gallagher. You guys want Gallagher there instead? My pass blocking would be nice on the interior too. Backup center is low. Wow, didn't even see that. A senior? Who's Jonathan Kelly? I am not familiar. We moved the undersized guy to center. I think his overall went up. Ryan Westergren. I'm just going through some comments here, taking my time a little bit. Move Gallagher to center. I got Westergren there. How about that? Move Bo Lee to offensive coordinator. All passes will bounce off the helmet of Manuwai. I think things are okay the way they are now, right? William Carter. Okay, I got 2 super chats here. Capex WL, what I miss, Kane? So far, you missed that Freddie Kimbrough transferred. He was not happy with the lack of playing time. I promised him he'd play, but he said that he wasn't sure he can make a difference on this team. I think I ruined the kid's confidence. Then, off-season recruiting, we landed Wesley Merrill, the talented middle linebacker from Windsor Locks, Connecticut. He was the focus of the off-season recruiting. We also got safety Chris Baker and a couple other role players. Otherwise, you haven't missed a whole lot so far, so welcome. And William Carter says you should move Gallagher because he is strong but not very agile, so he wouldn't be able to handle speed rushers at offensive tackle. I like that line of thinking. So Wiley, Colbert, Gallagher, Ward, or Gallagher, yeah, Gallagher and Ward, Westergren and Colbert, Clay Hutchinson, Mike Hill, Bruce Franklin, Andre Scott, Noah Manuwai. Chris Baker might have a better impact at free safety. I should take a look at that, and I should probably look at my ends and my linebackers too. I skipped over that. Chris Baker, undersized, not very strong, speedy, rangy. That is 100% a free safety. Why would his overall go down? I don't know what their formula is, but it's off. And that would allow me to probably cut Reggie Houston. Left outsides, middles, and right outsides. Not much to worry about right here. What do I want Leo Thorn to play in the future? I could see him playing some strong side. How about someone who's not as good at block shed? Maybe Mark Campbell needs to be on the other side then. Left end, I have 4. Right end, I have 4. Defensive tackles, I have 5. Boogie. Really can't wait to see him play. Corners, I have 6, 7. Tyson, Green, Hampton, Butler, Hunter, Bryant, Garcia. Ja'Cory Day to Madden Ultimate Team. He'd break the game. He would break Madden. Actually, Bo Jackson can do like most of what he does, but at a much higher height and weight. We have enough receivers. Ja'Cory, Lamar, McClellan. Lots of halfbacks and 5 quarterbacks. 2 are seniors, though. We have 1 punter, 1 kicker, and that means we've gone through every position then. Yeah, I like the idea. Does everybody else like this idea of Glenn Hayes kind of being the utility guy? Kind of like Jabril Peppers. I could probably play him at corner. I could play him as like an extra linebacker or a box safety, something like that. I got to get him on the field. Happy he hasn't transferred, but now I have to find a spot to play him. Can he return kicks, you think? 91 speed, 81 agility. Well, I had Ja'Cory. It's an irrelevant question for another year. Kane with too many backup running backs as usual. Hey, in the Bears franchise, I got 3. Plus a fullback we don't count. 3. That's it. What? You think that's too many? 7 running backs? That does not seem like a problem. You have a problem, not me. I think we're good here. We spent a lot of time there. Bell is not a senior. He's about to be a senior. Who are the fastest players on the team? Marquise, or is it Marquise? I'm not sure. I will show the top ratings once we get to training results, which is next. Thank you for the transition. How many more years for this dynasty? Enough to where you don't got to worry about the end. That's all I know right now. Do you think Hayes can return kicks? Yeah, I hope Ja'Cory Day didn't hear me say that one. Training results. Give me like a +9, a +8, something nice. JR Battle to a 93. Roscoe Sheridan +6. Yes. Corey Miller gets a +6. Ja'Cory only +3. Maybe because Ja'Cory had less skills that could go up physically. Lorenzo Bell +6. Bobby Hill. Terrence McKinley +7. He needed one of those to get on the field, really. All right. So at quarterback, we have JR Battle. Could he be the first ever drafted Warhawk? 87 throw power, 93 accuracy. That's pretty good. Baker's awareness went down a lot. I'll probably change it back then because I don't like how it messes with awareness so much. Well, I kind of like it in some ways, but it's not like playing a completely, like, different position. It shouldn't be that drastic. And then there's Brett Mitchell, who's also a senior. Just want to see his ratings. 82, 82, that's okay. Justin Colbert, 87, 85. Rashawn Phillips, not bad either. Running, Roscoe Sheridan. Very good acceleration, now 91 speed, better break tackle. Corey Miller got 7 on the break tackle boost, though, and 4 elusiveness. I cannot wait to see that combo again this year. They're going to be incredible. Wide receiver. Let's hope that Lamar Williams had a boost in catching. McClellan, 84 overall. Bit of a shock there. Anyway, for catching now, Lamar Williams, 82. Ja'Cory Day, not a lot better. It's only an 80. So Ja'Cory is still not going to have the best hands on the team. Mike Harris, 96 catching. Amonte Jones, 87. About route running, Ja'Cory Day, only +2. So Ja'Cory did not take a huge jump forward here in his last year as far as the training. Hopefully that isn't a bad thing. Oscar Williams. What do I want to know about him? Run blocking, because too many times last year he would just get bulldozed off the snap. It's now a 59. I'm not sure that's going to be good enough. +5s here on the tackles. Bryce, Wiley. Ooh, +4 pass block. That's nice. Sean Gallagher. Pass boosts are getting bigger pluses so far. Andy Colbert at center. Mike Hill, one of those guys needed to develop for a few years. Bruce Franklin, Andre Scott, both start. Scott plays guard. Franklin, one of our best run blockers. Yeah, we should go back to Mike Harris here, Blackjack. He was kind of the overlooked receiver in that class, but at 6 foot, 87 speed. I mean, he's 2 inches shorter than Amonte Jones, a little bit faster, a little bit better acceleration. Very good hands, we know that. Not going to make a lot of the tough catches, not as good of a route runner, but I think even like next year, Harris might be viable when we need another receiver, because Williams, McClellan, and Day are all going to graduate. So then we're left with Jones, Harris, Finley, and other lower rated receivers. It's a big year to need a receiver. I'm telling you, Freddie Kimbrough leaving, this was terrible timing for us. Alrighty, Elgin McCormick, Chris Harrison. Look at the block shed on McCormick, though. That's incredible. Then senior season for Jared Merritt. Marion Triplett is a sophomore now. Merritt's just so well-rounded. Whitmore, though. I gotta get Damian Whitmore on the field. Look at that finesse move. I've been missing out. He's 6'8" with finesse? You tell me he's gonna spin his way with that 6'8" body into the throwing windows? Let's go. I want to get Whitmore on the field. I gotta remember to get Damian Whitmore. That's pretty nice. We will go through the highest rated stuff soon. Now I'm getting a lot of people saying redshirt Amonte Jones. We'll talk about that stuff later. Redshirt decisions will not be made today. D tackles. Who's going to have the best chance to keep Boogie Turner off the field? Brandon Leak, our strongest defensive tackle that was already on the roster. What does he have here for skills? Good power, good block shed. Like, someone's going to really have to show me something good to not have Boogie start. Titus Graves, as we need linebackers this year to step up. Who's going to play middle linebacker now? No Calhoun, obviously. That was a couple years ago he graduated, but now no more Malcolm Neal. Alex Hardy, Xavier Bozeman. Bozeman, a good cover linebacker, but so is Alex Hardy. He's even better, with better block shed and better tackle. So Alex Hardy has a chance to take a role. Anthony Owens might be our highest rated linebacker now, and we don't know much about him. He can rush. He does have cover ability. A utility linebacker at 6'5", 247. That's great size. Corner, big one here. I project that it'll be Tyson and Hampton on the outside. And the nickel, it's uncertain. It could be Glenn Hayes. It could be Scott Green. It could be Jamil Butler. I have to figure that out. Best tackler is going to be Green, which is important as a nickel. We've seen Antone Slater make plays there before. Man cover, best is Tyson. Zone, best is Butler. Jamil Butler. James Hampton, very, very solid. Hopefully these secondary players are ready to step up. Free safety, Shannon Evans. He was a third safety last year. Suffered an injury in the bowl game. He'll probably start at free safety. Then at strong, Kelly John Charles, Glenn Hayes. Yeah, Hayes with 92 man, 87 zone. I think I have to play him at corner again. I'll move him around and figure it out. Lorenzo Bell, +6 kick power. That's nice. Oh, Eric Velazquez? Yeah, that would have been awesome. But it was hard to get him out of Colorado. I really like Evans. I think he has the chance to be the leader of the defense. That's a good point, Dark Falcon. I like Evans too. And we've been looking for a playmaker, I think, at safety, especially in that deep safety role. Like, Jay Page was always solid, but he was never a playmaker. You could never call him that. Hardly ever turned the ball over. Didn't lay a lot of big hits. Pretty solid in run defense. Can get in the right spot in pass defense. But I'm looking for someone to give us a big play element to that position. And I'm hoping Shannon Evans can do it. Change up background music. Yeah, I think we're due. Check on Kimbrough at Texas State. We're going to be checking on some rosters. Oh, and for those that wanted to see the top ratings at each, the top players at each rating. Let's see here.
What we do here is go back.
Let's go. Highest overall, JR Battle, Roscoe Sheridan. Will he be the first pro players? We'll see. Yes, I'm doing practice today, and actually very soon. Ja'Cory Day is the fastest player on the team. Kelly John Charles not far behind him. Strongest is Sean Gallagher with 91 strength. Actually, this is just training. I don't want to do it quite yet. I want to get to the actual roster screen. I know that my freshmen are not going to be the best, but in case there's one that stands out of a particular rating, I have to have them there. How many cuts? 4. Mike Wright. Goodbye. Jared Hines. Goodbye. Jonathan Kelly. We'll see. He's a senior. Maybe. I have to make 2 cuts, though. I don't have a lot of extras on defense, I don't think. Reggie Houston, I'm sorry.
What we do here is go back.
Tolbert isn't the worst. I'm sorry, Jonathan Kelly, but I have to get down to 70. Cut a running back. I think they're all essential players to the team. I'm not so concerned this time about leaving a roster spot for a transfer because they're not transferring anyway. I've done this 2 years in a row. I've left a spot open for them. I have 12 players from Montana. That's what I'm talking about. 1 from Minnesota. 8 from Florida. 4 from Tennessee. That might become a pipeline now. Especially because I have a head coach upgrade I can use that can be used on the pipeline. That's pretty cool. Oh, we're doing practice. Don't worry. We're doing practice. Kane, how about them Vikings? Oh, you know what's up. I think it's the best Viking team since 2009, and you can make the argument this team is better than that team. That's all I have to say. The defense is significantly better than the 2009 defense. Doesn't even compare. And the offense, probably not as explosive with Brett Favre as we had with Brett Favre, but with Diggs and Thielen, 2 great receivers, the running back committee playing well. I think the offense is, it's average to above average in my books, where the defense is elite. And a super chat from Nicholas Coppola. Keep up the good work, man. You make great content. You're one of the best NCAA gamers. Hopefully this season is a good one. Merry Christmas and go Warhawks. Merry Christmas to you, Nicholas. Thank you very much for the super chat, which I believe is your 3rd of the stream. Much appreciated. How did Keenum turn it around in Minnesota? Perfect environment as far as the team and the scheme fit with Pat Shurmur. But also, you got to give him a lot of credit. Like, Keenum obviously has skills as a quarterback, and I think we've seen that he's better than we ever thought. You don't get comfortable in the pocket when there is pressure because everybody around you is great. I mean, that's got to be credit to him. He's done really well under pressure, both escaping and hanging in there and making tough plays. Plus, he has reasons to, he has reasons to trust and reasons to actually try extending these plays with all the playmakers that have helped him out this year. Custom conferences, bowl tie-ins, we can skip that. We're good. Case Keenum going to get paid? Absolutely. He will not make less than $15 million in 2018, and I guarantee that. Mike Glennon broke the quarterback market by getting $15 million a year. Chicago did a great job, actually. They had the money to spend, and they overpaid Mike Glennon to ruin the quarterback market. It's genius. They get Glennon to overpay the market to ruin it, and then draft Mitchell Trubisky. Tell me that was not calculated. Break the quarterback market and draft the guy you like anyway. It's a win-win. then you just cut them. Well, you already broke the market. It's not going to hurt you. The Bears don't have enough good players to need their full salary cap space. They just don't. So it's genius. And Case Keenum's getting at least 18 next year, I say. Alrighty. I want to see these players practice. I think the Bears were just being dumb. There's a chance it was that too, but there's a chance that it was just the genius move of all. Still don't know what Glennon did to deserve 15 mil. Yeah, I mean, he had some good moments early on in his career especially, but to get 15? I think he showed a lot less than Brock Osweiler did, that's for sure. Coriola sends a super chat. Can we get an update on your sliders? Maybe like in the description like you do in Madden. Love the series. Been here since Madden 12. I got you. I got you. I don't make changes to these sliders, so that's why I don't usually include them. Because if you saw them last time, they're the same. But for reference, what is it, under house rules? These are the sliders that I use. QB accuracy has to be nerfed on both sides to a pretty low mark. And even then, it's still pretty OP, but the slider system isn't ideal. It's Heisman. A lot of these are close to default. Run blocking was the last thing I put down for the user, and I think now it's getting a lot more realistic results. That was a change I made a while ago, though. So, I hope this helps you out. They're far from perfect, but I do not like slider testing in sports games or football games especially. It's just really tedious. But these are what I use if you are interested. Just going through them one more time. And default penalties, I don't mess with those. Who's getting the next Joe Flacco contract? If Case Keenum wins the Super Bowl, Case Keenum. Let me set the depth chart, though, as we are going to hit the practice field. Kane, that was some master spinning you did, good sir. Way to make the Bears seem like the smartest team in the league. Hey! I gotta spin it one way or another. One day that skill will come in very handy. I'm just doing some PR here for the Bears, making them look good. After a season that'll probably end with them being like 4-12 or something. If the Bears lose to the Browns, though, they're going to need a new PR person, because I'm not going to be able to defend them from that one. For reference, I do not do any PR for the Bears. Only my franchise. Roster stats, I got you. I got you, Marquise. I'm sorry, I don't know which one. I said, oh wait, I did the highest rated players each positions, right? Maybe he missed it. But in case you didn't see it, Ja'Cory Day, fastest. Clay Hutchinson, strongest. Kelly John Charles. We're going to check on recruits as well that we know about. Elusiveness is Corey Miller. That's interesting to me. Did I not check all this stuff? Maybe I didn't check all of it. I don't know. My head's kind of spinning around this stuff. Lots of numbers, lots of names. I'm just doing stuff all the time. I demand a wishbone offense with 300 plus yards on the ground every week. A wishbone. At this time, after I've been building up this offense with Ja'Cory Day and JR Battle, I can't go away from it. Yeah, I didn't check all of this. What am I thinking? I only checked a few. Justin McClellan is the least likely player to fumble. That's cool. Best juke. Roscoe Sheridan. Okay. Spin. Oscar. What? Why? How? Someone want to tell me why that's possible. And actually, I remember his spin move working in like one of the last games he caught a pass. Mr. Noah Cow, hey Kane, keep up the amazing work. Love your content so much. Would love to see players with out of position numbers like Hayden wearing 18. That's a really good point, and I think for college I should do more of that experimenting. I tend to, like when Blackjack tells me to give a guy a certain number, I just listen to him because I know that he probably has a better mind for it than I do for some of this stuff. So he has helped me with numbers and appearances, and I'll see what he thinks about more of these. Also, I'll just like look at different players and see how we could change things up. I think we should get a little bit more variety on here. Change up the number game. So yeah, spin is very interesting. Very. How about stiff arm? I'm not skipping over a bunch of these now that I know I'm going to get some strange ones. Terrence McKinley. Ball carrier vision. Bo Lee. As a fullback. Putting that to tremendous use. Best hands. Mike Harris, Amante Jones, McClellan, Lamar, Oscar, Jacory. Hey, Shannon Evans. 78. I don't know what Jay Page had, but Shannon Evans better catch interceptions this year. I'm waiting on you, Shannon. Oh no. Brightful's ankles collapsed after seeing this. Could Oscar Williams spin out Tyrone Brightful? I saw some Brightful references and at first I didn't get it. That is funny. Lamar Williams, the only good spec catch player on the team. Catching traffic is McClellan, then Oscar Williams, Amante Jones, Hayden John Charles. Best route runner now is Lamar Williams. Best leaper is Kelly John Charles. Marion triplets at 90. Scary. Throw power, Justin Colbert, JR battle. Accuracy, JR. Tackling, Elgin McCormick, then Alex Hardy. Okay. Hit power, Merritt, Owens, Coleman, Whitmore. Power moves, Nate Graham, Jared Merritt. Finesse, Damian Whitmore, 93. Block shed, Elgin McCormick. Pursuit, Shannon Evans, James Hampton. I think I see why Dark Falcon likes Evans so much. Jared Merritt, best play rec. Best man coverage, Glenn Hayes. Best zone, Jameel Butler. And then Michael Hunter. Press, Shannon Evans. What can't he do? Scott Green. Malcolm Tyson. Release, Hayden John Charles. Pass block, Bryce Wiley, Sean Gallagher. Run block, Bruce Franklin. Impact, Clay Hutchinson. Kick power. Okay, Lorenzo Bell. We know. Return, Jacory, Kyle Thomas. Oh yeah, Day has 74 accuracy. He does. And there are the most injury-prone players, including Leo Thorn. Move Day to corner. Oh, I can't escape that now after what happened in the bowl game. Let me check out some other players on various teams, then we're going to hit the practice field, okay? Bell is a senior? Yeah. He transferred, or he walked on, or transferred, whatever it was, as a junior. So I'm not going to do a lot of like number and appearance editing right now. I'm going to save that for a little bit later. We are running pretty long right now with what we've done so far, so I want to get to practice sooner than later. But this is fun. This is why I love Franchise and Dynasty. This to me is just the most fun you can have on these games. It's not online. It's not Ultimate Team. This is just my playground right here. So let's just checking out Brock Oxendine, the junior from Billings, Montana. Winston Lewis sends a super chat. I like this one. You restored my love of football in my sophomore year in high school. Was about to quit, and the Gopher series helped me. I play college ball at Maritime now. That is incredible. That's an amazing comment, Winston. I can't believe that any of my content could restore someone's love for the sport like that. That is awesome. That is really neat. And good luck to you. Oh, we got to see UCLA now, right? Jesse Heikkinen, is it Heikkinen's time? He's been waiting. And I think he's done waiting, everybody. You will see Kalispell face #1 Jesse Heikkinen this year. Guaranteed. I'm not setting the schedule today. I'm going to get to practice here as soon as possible. And I'll do some of the other stuff later. And I'll be doing another practice stream next week. So yeah, Jesse Heikkinen. Has he played at all? No. First year. He's going to play 1 year and then go pro. He's going to be so good. Redshirt sophomore. 95 throw power, 89 accuracy. Let's see, we have to see Kimbrough, of course. Especially as we're down here in the alphabet. So Freddie, obviously Freddie is not playing this year, but what do his future prospects look like with a sophomore, senior, freshman? He's the freshman. So I would say that Freddie is likely to be a starting receiver for them next year. Now, does the transfer at all give him any extra eligibility, or will he be a sophomore next year? How does that work? Because he might have just finessed the system getting 2 redshirt years. Jay Ewing at Rutgers? Ooh, he's good. He's good. Alrighty. Jay Ewing. Top corner. How has he been doing in his first 2 years? 2 interceptions, not big numbers, but those don't look like the numbers of a starter. Yeah, the Andrew Johnson storyline made me inspired again. That's awesome, Winston. The Andrew Johnson storyline was one of the best to come out of this channel. And that's why I love playing these things, and why I don't mind when weird things happen, because you never know what it's going to turn into. Alright, I gotta see Minnesota. I need to see what Sidney John Charles is doing here in this coming season. Not playing yet. Ian Brown ahead of him. Terrence Doty. But Sidney John Charles should start next year if he doesn't transfer to Kalispell. I didn't leave the roster spot open. If Sidney were to transfer to us, though, I would lose it. But I ruined that chance, I think. What are the chances of that happening, though? Like 1 in many thousands? Red shirt's been used up. So would it not do it again? What was the Andrew Johnson storyline? That was the year in the Minnesota Dynasty where we had our high-flying quarterback, Andy McKenzie, going into his 2nd season. And in the first game of the year, he broke his tailbone and was out for the season. So Andrew Johnson had to become the starter right then and there. And Johnson had never thrown a pass for us. And Johnson ended up leading us with a transformed offense that was more focused on the running game and just short throws, along with a dominant defense. We went on to win the national championship. Give Baker the +10 awareness bump. Is that how much it went down? So yeah, the Andrew Johnson season was fantastic, and plus, it was my best season out of any of my series in terms of quarterback interceptions. I think I only threw like 5 that year. I did not take chances. We didn't throw any deep balls. So that was an interesting one. Just checking Miami right now, as they're going to lean on Sharquez Towns with a sophomore Alan Gordon at quarterback. We need to check out Cal. Tyquan Layton is actually closer right now. Still gotta wait, Blackjack. Still gotta wait on Layton. A senior ahead of him, but also a sophomore. Like, Layton might only get 1 year to start. That sucks. I was gone for a bit. Kane, if you already answered this, please answer again. I'm the guy from the Canton Pythons. My freshman quarterback is called a scrambler but can barely run. That's my issue. Then don't force it. Only play a young guy if he has upside. But otherwise, I think you just have to go for what's going to be best in the short term. Just the most accurate guy who's going to get the job done and give you the least headache. If no one's the answer, just try to prioritize accuracy. Centarius Phillips at Clemson. Oh, Michigan, Minnesota in my Minnesota Dynasty. That 5 overtime game. Absolutely incredible. I don't know if this was the same game, but was that the game where, like, I was under pressure and I had to run around with Andy McKenzie and just throw a desperation pass into the end zone to Doug Duckett? Was that the way that game finished, or was that a different one? Because I remember that one. That was incredible. Like, I get hyped up when stuff like that happens in my series. You should see me running around here like a maniac when it happens. That was one of those moments. There he is, the junior, Centarius Phillips. 2 catches in his career. That's okay. He's got 2 more years to figure it out at Clemson, the best place to figure it out. Look at all these receivers. This never ends. They got 2 90s. They got a guy who's going to be a 90. A guy who's going to be a 90. Like, they need to settle down. The desperation throw was against Miami? Okay. Okay. I get a lot of these memories mixed up because there are just so many. Florida. Who am I checking from Florida again? Maybe it was a Florida fan who wanted to see their team. Oh, RJ Douglas. I could use one of those. A 94 speed or a 94 overall tight end with 86 speed. That's really good. Yeah, Florida's roster looks stacked. Maybe not the D-line. Alright, I want to hurry up and get to practice soon, so maybe just a few more minutes of this. Gotta check Cal. Rafa Leao One, I believe. There you go. Blackjack's favorite player, Rafa, with an interception at one point in his career. I'm sure we'll get a game against Cal before his time is done. CSU has been a weird one in this series because they were really good and then they were really bad, and now I don't know what they're going to be. So Josh Burns at quarterback. They have 2 good corners. Carlos Callahan. They have like 3 80 overall left tackles. Like, they should be good, right? They don't have their great running back anymore, though. But every year there's like a big change up in our conference, and I wonder what it's going to be this time around. But we should get to practice. We should definitely get to practice. I get asked every now and then about Gridiron Champions, and really I don't have any thoughts until there's something I can see and not something I have to read. You know, if there is going to be another great football game out there or a competitor of any kind, like, I'll definitely have interest, but I want to see it. I don't want to read. Video game development is very hard, it's very time consuming, it's very expensive. And I'm not going to get super excited about something or really get all in on a project until there's something I can really see, like from a gameplay perspective. I have seen some of the stuff they've posted. I don't know what they've been doing recently, but the stuff I've seen has been like impressive for what it is. But I just want to see like a full example of what that game is going to be. And I hope it pans out. I want to see more football games. I want to see football games with different takes on it. I wish there was a Super Mega Baseball equivalent for football. I love arcade football games too. But that's not a huge focus anymore. So here we go on the practice field, everybody. JR battle coming at you. Whoa! Nate Graham. Hello. I didn't set a preliminary depth chart yet. Oh, the XFL. Now, if they do it the same way, I don't think it could work. But I mean, you can't just say it won't work because it failed the first time. But they'd have to really go outside the box to figure out how they can get people interested in the product this time around and how to keep it interesting. I'm sure it's gonna require like big name personalities. It's gonna require, you know, people that you want to watch the product because of them. And I'm not really sure what the solution is. Let's see. I gotta see Wesley Merrill in there. Maybe let me try Wesley here on left outside. And then Anthony Owens. Corner, I really want to see Glenn Hayes here. What's his awareness at corner? I know I've messed with things. 54. Hopefully it's livable. Shannon Evans, Kelly John Charles. Someone mentioned the safety I messed with. Chris Baker went to a 42. What would he be at strong? $29. I'll just see what it was before and I'll change it back. Johnny Manziel. I don't know if the XFL can work. I really don't know if it can work. Uh-oh. Hayden John Charles, welcome to the team. #1 starting tight end right now of the Kalispell Warhawks. I want to back up a little bit. Whoops, not a yard. I like seeing how far JR can throw. Oh, they're blitzing. Uh-oh. Jared Merritt. They're calling so many aggressive plays. Settle down, it's practice. These pass rushers need to settle. There we go. Got a chance. Even a deep ball for McClellan. Malcolm Tyson, you got to get better at defending those deep balls. That was a big issue last year. Oh, man. I gotta get to know the numbers on this defense too now. So at 50, this should be Anthony Owens, I want to say. Anthony Owens is number 50. Alex Hardy is 54. And Wesley Merrill is wearing 55. Glenn Hayes wears number 21. James Hampton wears number 33. So there you go. Numbers subject to change. Deep shot, Ja'Cory overthrowing. That's got Glenn Hayes versus Day in the slot, though. Very interesting. Nearly picked there by, I think, Hayes. Ooh, tried to sneak in there, but good coverage by Hayes again. Alex Hardy now. Deep shot, McClellan. No. Kelly John Charles. So if you're not familiar with these practices, I like to run a bunch of plays, different situations, different formations. Eventually we do get to things like red zone and whatnot. It's all about highlighting certain players and individual matchups and kind of stress testing these players, seeing what they can handle. Ooh, Ja'Cory hangs on. And this front four is not treating me very kindly. Roscoe Sheridan. That's really good coverage on Day. That is really good coverage, but Evans couldn't finish the play. That's okay. Oh, Shannon Evans kind of bites there off Lamar. He's been watching too many Odell Beckham videos. Come on, man. Watch my guy Lamar Williams. Does he need to use one hand? Trying to one-hand this thing. It wasn't even close. That's the problem. Before you can Odell Beckham, you better just be able to catch the football. Justin McClellan. Oh, he's pretty good. There's Merrill and Merritt. Yes, Merritt wears 69. He plays defensive end. Oh, no! John Charles on John Charles right here. I forgot about that here in practice. Hayden versus Kelly. What a moment right there for the two brothers. Lamar Williams is trash. Kane gonna have to bench him again. Your left guard and center are getting killed up front. I'll have to make sure it's the O-line I want for this year. So obviously Bryce Wiley will start. Sean Gallagher, Andy Colbert, Mike Hill, Bruce Franklin. Let's put Scott at right guard. At left guard, I guess Gallagher's our best option there. What's Gallagher's weakness? Looks like awareness. Ward's is a little bit better. His pass block is supposed to be good, but his impact blocking is really low, which controls kind of how long guys stay blocked. Man, the coverage is excellent. Let's hope that stays that way once the games count. Barely get this away to Sheridan. Oh, makes a move. Is that Anthony Owens who got juked out? Bad throw. Wesley Merrill. So happy we got Merrill. Down across the middle. Nice coverage there, Shannon Evans. That was good. Blitz now. Wow, they blanket Ja'Cory Day, and there's Anthony Owens. Let's go. Hayden John Charles. No, Shannon Evans. I'm telling you, maybe Dark Falcon was onto something. Shannon Evans might be in line to really shine for us this season. And maybe the front four, the way they're playing, they are fierce. John Charles makes the play that time. New play. This defense is playing out of their mind. Let's go double flex. This is our 4 wide. So this will kind of stress the defense a little bit more. Whoops. Lamar. I've been working on that screen for a while. There you go, Ja'Cory. Ja'Cory Day entering his senior year, but obviously he did not have a big stat jump this year. It was pretty minimal. And one thing to take note of so far is that Battle's accuracy has been like perfect. Wow. This secondary is jumping. That was a nice block. Let me highlight that one. Sean Gallagher playing some tackle right here. Double team to the linebacker to the ground. Perfect. I did not do schedule. I just started doing that one kind of on my own when we're finished because settle, it's practice, Alex Hardy. But there are so many people that want to see me play certain teams, and there are only like 3 to choose from. And it just ends up being a lot of information, and I'd rather just look through it slowly later and figure out who the best options are for our non-conference opponents. Jameel Butler. What does he have? Best zone coverage on the team? Lamar. If Lamar Williams makes a one-handed catch this year, I'll lose it. If he ends up dropping it here in practice and then comes back in a game that counts and just Odell's it out of nowhere. Deep shot. Watch out. Oh, Evans. Good play. For Day? Ooh, that's tough. That corner route, tough. I wonder how our run defense could change this year. We were a great run defense team last year, but losing 3 starting linebackers and a free safety has to have some sort of impact, right? Oh! I'm going to find ways to use that hook and ladder, you know it. Ja'Cory, give me a block. Evans, though, he's got speed. He's seriously fast. We have athletic linebackers. Or safeties, I mean. I want to see the extent of Battle's arm strength, but this defense is, like, not giving me a chance. Hampton there in coverage. James Hampton, I thought, had a good practice last year, but obviously I didn't play him because I needed to have like a multi-year plan of how I was going to handle this secondary. Settle, guys. Where's Amonte Jones? He's right now 4th receiver on the depth chart. I didn't edit it. Some are saying that I should redshirt him, but I think Jones has been too good to redshirt, and he's still an important part of the offense. So Archer, we lose Archer. What was that? We lose Archer. I don't think that I want to take away Jones's role as well. McClellan's got to get some playing time. Maybe he takes over Sonny's role. Hampton again with the good coverage. Come on, Lamar. Why does he drop so much? We're getting sacked every play. Ooh, imagine Glenn Hayes on a nickel blitz with that 92 speed. Lights out. Alright, I want to switch things up. We do need to get to some backups here soon as well. I love the practice part of off-season though. This is fun. Ooh, let's go split slot. I'll do a little bit more with the starters, and then we will get to the more of the backups. And remember, I'm going to do another stream next week, and that's where we can further do some roster battling, and I'll kind of have things a bit more organized for then. Yeah, this has become such a big thing that we now do off-season practice twice. McClellan with a good route. Like, there are some roster battles I have to figure out, and maybe the most prominent one is the nickel cornerback spot, and I really think that Glenn Hayes would be the one I want to win it. Quit trying to be a hero, Lamar. This is not the Super Bowl. Look at this. It's right here. He thinks he has to lay out for it. Come on, Lamar. I gotta see the comments on that. It's ridiculous. Oh. He drops it before contact. Lamar Williams. He's something else. Hey, he got one. Ooh, tough play there from McClellan. There's Lamar. There's Lamar Williams. And I'd love to see these sports games become more about those tendencies. Like, I think we're getting there with certain titles, like how NBA has like the badges and NFL Madden has the traits. I want to see the trait system be expanded to where you can't just look at a player's ratings and make all your determinations based on that. Like, imagine if there was a trait that, like Lamar Williams, say he had a trait where he just went for the flashy catch, like, too often. Like, they can call it like the showman or something like that, where he goes for the spectacular catch, and oftentimes that leads to him dropping passes that he shouldn't. Like, imagine if the games became more about that, like different personality traits. And so, yeah, he's going to have like a spec catch rating and whatnot, but having a trait like that that determines maybe he goes for spec catches when he shouldn't, and he tries to make one-handed plays. Now, that could obviously backfire, and it could end up being a bad mechanic if not done well. Say he's always going for one-handed catches, or he does so on like a big play in the Super Bowl. It's got to be balanced, but just imagine that personality if it was done right. Who wants to see backups? Oh, you want to see fade routes to Lamar? I suppose. We haven't done red zone yet with these guys. We're going to practice our 3rd and goals. How about that? Whoops. Can't say I'll be using this formation very much with Corey Miller and Ja'Cory Day at tight end. Somehow it worked. I gotta change play call though. Oh, I know that Blackjack wants to see Dustin payment. We'll get there. We will get there. I'm just gonna practice some fades. McClellan. That's one for McClellan. Now Williams. Okay. Oh, no. He did not complete the process of the catch. He didn't complete the process. What is a catch moment here in the Kalispell Dynasty offseason? He didn't complete the process. See, it comes out. Oh, wait a minute. I guess he kind of... That was a little delayed. Let me watch it at full speed. I don't know. NFL might not be sure about that one. Oh, Lamar dropped it. Ooh, McClellan. I gotta get Hayden versus Kelly in the end zone. Oh, Kelly wins that one, but it was a terrible throw. Triple coverage. Hayden. Lamar. Ooh, Alex Hardy has had some good moments so far. We haven't seen him before. Oh, that is some Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson stuff right there. Watch this. How many times have you seen Rodgers and Jordy Nelson do this? It's like press coverage, they get physical, and then bang. That right there. That's perfect. Super chat from KFixWL. How's the practice been so far? Pretty good. We're seeing that Lamar Williams is trying to be a superhero at times, and that has had mixed results. Justin McClellan has looked good. James Hampton has looked good. Wesley Merrill has had a couple moments. Shannon Evans looks really intriguing. James Hampton, if I didn't mention him already. He's got to settle. Someone had their comment, I want to see some pavement. Some autocorrect from payments, and I'm mildly amused by that. I wonder if I can do that again to McClellan. Oh, Tyson's gonna start reading it now. Stop covering with two players. Come on, Lamar. You're the best route runner on the team. Ooh, good release. Doesn't matter. Most underrated Christmas movie of all time. I think I'm pretty traditional in that regard. I like the Home Alone movies a lot. Alright, let's see some new players, everybody. We're going to see the new quarterback, Dustin Payment. We're going to see Marcus Payne and Marty Belafonte. We're going to see Amante Jones get out there now. And then on the defensive side, this is where it gets fun. Because into the game comes Boogie Turner. And then it ends. We're going to have Damian Whitmore, the best finesse move on the team, and he's 6'8". Watch out for Whitmore coming off the left edge. Well, it'd be our right. And then Marion Triplet opposite. At linebacker, let's see more of Merrill. What? How about at middle linebacker? Let's get Monson out there. Merrill in the middle. And then Mario Townsend. At corner. I want to see what Jameel Butler can do. I still want to see more Shannon Evans. I'll let Chris Baker get some playing time, though. What's Belafonte's number? I didn't see. Someone mentioned something about it in the chat right here.
Blue 14! Blue 14!
Dustin Payment. He's a lefty. I forgot about that. Okay, that was not a good first impression. Let's just go slot. Did I run these plays already? I think I ran those plays already. Normal Y slot. That's a good formation to use Payment, especially. Let's back up a little bit. A lot of it. So, let me run one play quick, and I'll tell you numbers of who to keep an eye on, as Mike Harris runs a jet sweep into, I believe, Jameel Butler. So on defense, Boogie wears 92 right now. That's probably going to change. Whitmore wears 97. Triplet 98. Hayes still wears 21. 52 is Mario Townsend. Wesley Merrill, 55, of course. Monson, 59. Butler, 37. Baker's wearing 30. Hampton's still out here. Glenn Hayes is still out here. Dustin Payment, sacked. Marion Triplet. Hello, Glenn Hayes. Come on, Lamar. The fans want to see you make plays. There you go. I want to see Payment's deep ball. Oh, up for grabs. No one gets it. Do we see some option with little Dustin Payment here? I want to get at a different, I want to get at like the 45, just so when I see a play, I want to know exactly how many yards it gained, so I don't want to be like the 43 or anything like that. Oh, Belafonte, if his number's in the 40s, that is not staying. That's not okay by me. Payment, it's going, and denied. Oh. Oh, my. He didn't pick that off. He didn't get a foot down, did he? No way. He did not. That's an interception. Shannon Evans. Wow. There's catch of the day, everybody. awesome. That's the one time I've been happy where the college rule is 1 foot in bounds and not 2. Evans might be the real deal. Let's just say Harris is not your motion receiver. Hampton out here covering everybody. I gotta see more Shannon Evans. There he is. Ooh, behind Hayden that time. So Payment's accuracy, as we can see, is not spot on. Nice hit. How about a timing route? Not perfect. Coverage too good. I should try running the football a little bit too. We have Marcus Payne and Marty Belafonte. Both have very good speed. They're faster than Roscoe Sheridan. Payne could be the next starting running back on this team. He has the best potential to have that job. Maybe we can try a different formation that lets the running backs shine a little bit more. Yeah, Hayden John Charles catching the football well is important. We know how Donnie Castillo was as a true freshman. This is also a great chance to get a look at Oscar Williams and if he's going to have another bad year as a run blocker. Of course, it's calling passing plays. There you go. That's Hayden John Charles. He has good catch in traffic. Keep that in mind. Ooh. Nice rush. Now on the counter, Marcus Payne. Very good speed. Can get yards after contact. 220 plus pounds. Uh-oh. Oh my. There he is, everybody. There he is. You want to see Boogie Turner? Sean Gallagher doesn't even see him in time. Keep an eye on 92 as we keep going here. I want to see him actually get blocked. Ooh. I think that was Brandon Leak. Hey, it's Oscar. With Jameel Butler's coverage being so good, I have to figure out something with him too. Did Gallagher's awareness go down as he changed? His awareness might have gone down. Now there's Boogie Turner. Uh-oh. Boogie Turner returns. Hayden makes another tough one. Those are not catches I'd ever count on our tight ends making in the past. Hayden John Charles. All the contact. He does not care. Deep shot now. Oh, Shannon Evans.
Black and 5. Black 85.
Payment. Testing again. Nice play there by Smith.
Green 95. Green. Here we go. 59.
Oh yeah, I have to use Oscar Williams' spin move. Didn't work that time. Lamar Williams didn't help block much on that play. This ball has to come out quick with his defense. They are mean. There we go, deep ball. Payment showing pretty good strength. That's good coverage. Too good. What else can we try here? How about this bunch formation? I like this one. I forget how many receivers are in this formation. Yeah, there's 3. Yes, having a left-handed quarterback rolling to his right was not ideal there. Amonte Jones. In that case, though, let me work on, because this formation is kind of designed for a right-handed quarterback, so let me flip it. It didn't matter. I thought I could flip it. Overthrown. Right now I'm thinking I'll redshirt these 2 receivers, or these 2 running backs, just because we already have Miller and Sheridan. So I'll probably redshirt both. Nice. I do want to get a few snaps at least with Belafonte though. Please block. Better. 1-on-1. Oh, Lamar Williams. Wesley Merrill. Ooh, that's pursuit right there. Wonder how many plays I run in these practices. Ooh, I thought that might be a good throw, actually. I was trying pump fakes here, seeing if anybody would bite. Marcus Payne. Let's see Marty Belafonte. Marcus and Marty. Lamar at quarterback. I don't know about that. Any other quarterbacks that we should check out, though? Probably not. Some of the hits in this game are just brutal. Yeah, Belafonte's number here is going to change. 48 does not look good on a running back.
20. One. Let's go. One.
You know, I should be testing here to see if Mike Harris will catch like everything I throw at him. Well, that's easy.
20. Easy.
That's too tough.
Here we go. Green and hot.
Oh, Wesley Merrill, get out of the way. I thought he couldn't cover.
Here we go. Hot.
That was not good. Day at quarterback. He does have decent throwing accuracy.
Let's go. Hot. Hot.
I want to get a big play here with a running back if I can, but against this defense, that doesn't seem to be happening.
Let's go.
Just getting smashed.
Let's go. Jack. Here we go. Green.
Close. Pitch to Belafonte.
Let's go.
Oh, he got it off, didn't he? Almost for Jones.
Flag. Yeah.
Wow, that was really good coverage. I did not think that... Who did that? That was Triplet in a zone drop? Save the hit sticks for the games. Oh no. Uh-oh. Gotta get away. Somehow that worked. No! I was trying to hit Hayden John Charles on a weird play. Whoops. Oh, Hayden dropped one. He's not perfect yet. Nice little run there by Belafonte. Hard to really judge these running backs right now when the defense is just playing lights out. Alright. I know some of you wanted to see Ja'Cory Day play some quarterback. Here's a good formation to work with it. He's our emergency, like, 8th string quarterback. What do the ratings look like for Ja'Cory Day? 77 power, 74 accuracy. So it's like okay for a guy who's gonna throw it like a couple times a game, maybe. Belafonte, we were close. Here's Ja'Cory Day. You shouldn't get sacked, Ja'Cory. No one can escape the pressure better than you. This feels like Mike Vick on 04. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ja'Cory Day would be a cheat code at quarterback. Lamar Williams reversing field. Oh no. Oh man. Wow, that's a really good hit on Ja'Cory. The true test, though, if this is 04 Mike Vick, can you do this with Ja'Cory Day? Go all the way around. No. No. They took care of that eventually. We gotta see him throw it, though. But there are a lot of option plays in this formation. Here we go. Timing routes. Good coverage. We're gonna draw up some weird stuff, aren't we? Ooh, James Hampton. That was sick. Belafonte. Uh-oh, Marty B. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, come on. I'm not done. I'm having fun out here with him. Triplet. I wonder how Ja'Cory's deep ball looks. Are you kidding me? How does he even do that? You can actually get it there though, no problem. Mike Harris, everybody. Put Day at halfback next. I'll try that. He's so good. You're not catching him, are you? Wow. Glenn Hayes is pretty fast too. Underthrown. Had a touchdown too. Cheat code Ja'Cory Day. Not even fair. Ooh, interesting super chat here. 1 second. CGL Gaming says Day will be the first player to catch, run, pick six, return, and throw a touchdown in a single season. Harris has to be on the field for Hail Mary situations. Has to. Absolutely. Yes. And I'll make sure that he is. Belafonte showing some burst. Jameel Butler. He's really surprising me too. I like Jameel Butler. Let me try Ja'Cory at halfback. Oh yeah. Couldn't hand the ball off to himself. Let's see what Ja'Cory does here. Day has officially become Percy Harvin and Cordero Patterson. I think you're forgetting someone who can throw. Wait, one more play with Ja'Cory throwing. Alright. Now, Day is in at halfback. Lamar Williams. Here we go. Maybe Day gets some snaps this year at running back. I'll have to see what his carrying looks like and to see, like, you know, would it be more of like a once in a while type of deal, or could there be a formation that has him? Heyman seems a little bit slower than Marquise Williams, or Marquise Walker. I don't think that he has the same acceleration or agility, because I think Walker was a lot more smooth of a runner. Heyman doesn't feel very quick to me. Feels like his acceleration is low. Can't bail out the same way Jacory could. These plays are not good enough. Oh, Jacory. Let me call a different formation quick. Can't go that far with Jacory. How about Finley? Where's Finley at? Mike Harris. Is Finley out here? I thought I saw Finley. I guess not. Jacory Day is Ty Montgomery, Part 2. Wildcat with Day. I wish the Wildcat plays had a bit more to them. I love to see a team be able to play some team from like the 90s. There's so much more creativity now with how we have motions and players lining up where they wouldn't have 20 years ago. I just love to see how a team from the 90s would defend a modern day offense. It'd be hilarious. Could you imagine like when the Vikings had the prime Percy Harvin and they could just line him up anywhere and he would produce, and he was in the MVP talk for a lot of that season until he got hurt. What would a 90s team do against Percy Harvin? Nothing. You couldn't do anything. That prime Percy, though, was one of the most dominant players. He was so dynamic. Payment. Ooh. No. Definitely excited about this secondary and continuing to battle with them, because the battles are harder than I thought they were going to be. Hampton's playing well. Jameel Butler now is getting himself into the conversation. I think Scott Green has played, but I think Butler has maybe overtaken him on the depth chart. Butler has the highest zone on the team. He's made some interceptions today. How can we ignore that? Payment's got to work on the accuracy, that's for sure. Uh-oh. How to super chat? There's a little super chat $ icon next to the emoji button if you wish to send a super chat. A lot of you have today, and I am very appreciative of that. Thank you all. Maybe one more little round here at practice before we head on out of here. Then we'll put JR back. Let's get at running back now. Corey Miller. Let's go with McClellan, Jones, and then Day as the 1, 2, 3. And defensively, I want to go Butler. I like Butler, Hampton, Hayes. Evans is playing. I want to get John Charles back out there. Alex Hardy. Let's keep Whitmore in, but I want to put in Jared Merritt. And then I want to put in Nate Graham, our best power move rusher. Instead of Monson, who I didn't see make many plays. Maybe he did, and I just didn't highlight him. How about Bozeman? Xavier Bozeman. Colbert? Alright, people want to see Colbert. There's going to be another practice stream, though, next week, so keep an eye on that. Alrighty. Justin Colbert out of Polson, Montana immediately gets sacked. Corey Miller. I like how you can see who's been practicing and who hasn't because there's so much uniform degradation in the practices. Just running play after play. That was an awesome throw. I know he didn't hit him in stride, but that was a tough throw to make regardless. Justin Colbert next year could have a chance to start if we want to stay with the same type of offense. He's a little bit more mobile than JR Battle, but you couldn't call him a mobile quarterback. I think JR has like 57 speed or so, and then Colbert's is like a 67. Maybe a little bit more. There's the long ball. Jones has it knocked away by Jameel Butler. Colbert is gonna be a beast. Hey, this is how you make an early impression, that's for sure. That's another way. Ooh. I hope Jared Merritt has a beast year for us, because I had high hopes for him, and he has come around in a big way, but I hope he has just a massive season to close out his career. I like how Corey Miller went from being like an afterthought to actually a really good role player who was more efficient last year than Roscoe Sheridan. Miller becoming a factor is incredible. I don't think anybody really expected that after the... I know I probably practiced with him or something early, or maybe I got him a few snaps before they were more regular. But he's come far. He was a part of our first recruiting class, I believe. Corey Miller. And by the way, when he vultures touchdowns, it's not because I do anything that puts him in the game. Every time, it's because of stamina. Maybe there was a couple times where it wasn't, but for the most part, it's just stamina. He just gets put into the game and touchdowns happen. That is disrespectful right there. Check out Corey Miller on here. Put a little move on Kelly John Charles. He's got very high elusiveness. Maybe this is the year Miller gets gloves. Ooh, Corey Miller to Tevin Coleman. I like that. Neither are, say, your typical 3-down back, but both have 3-down back skills. They can catch the ball, pretty good shiftiness, can run with some power that you might not expect. I think Miller to Tevin Coleman is spot on. Alex Hardy. Those young linebackers, we have to figure out that too. Stop calling this jet sweep. Gotta be careful around Ja'Cory Day. Ah! I was hoping to just buy a bunch of extra time there. I like Corey Miller. Kane loves the hook and ladder a little too much. It's a useful strategy. That's all I'm gonna say. Coleman is probably a bit faster in comparison. Yeah, I think Coleman's a little bit more explosive. It's not a one-to-one comparison, but I think they have some similar strengths. And I like Tevin Coleman a lot coming out of Indiana, so I'm happy that he's been very productive for Atlanta. I want to get Hayden the ball a couple more times. There's Alex Hardy. Just lobbed it right to Kelly. That's no good. Here you go. Here you go. Get out of there, Butler. They don't need you. It's just one-on-one. I'm not sure if John Charles will be a deep threat as a tight end. No hero play that time. Let's see McKinley. McKinley did get a +7 boost. Oh! Kelly wins that one. Someone needs to be that third back for the occasional touch. People want to know what the house rules are for your franchise and dynasty. Really, just the only house rule I usually use is just try not to abuse the computer too much. Like if you do the same blitz setups you would online or whatever, like yeah, you'll probably exploit the AI in ways they can't combat. So just try don't exploit it. Otherwise, though, I don't really think you need to limit yourself. Oh, Ja'Cory! I didn't score on that. I messed up. How many likes we at here? I just want to check that out. 441. Can we get up to 500 likes, perhaps? No, the views have gone down. The stream is almost over. But I appreciate all of you tuning in and spending some time with me here on this Friday afternoon. It's been a fun off season. I knew it wasn't going to be one that was super intense. It'd be pretty laid back. Didn't have a lot that could go wrong. Had one curveball thrown at us with the Freddie Kimbrough transfer, but you know what? We roll with the punches. Who did you schedule? I did not do scheduling yet. No schedule. But I will say UCLA will be our Pac-12 opponent this year. We are going to face Jesse Heikkinen in his first year starting. Will be one of his first starts. Probably not the first. I never want to open with that game, but in the first 3 games, we're going to play against UCLA and Jesse Heikkinen. So McKinley is a good receiving back. I've made comparisons between him and Matt Asiata, although Asiata did not fumble and McKinley just did. Alex Hardy. He's playing like a middle linebacker. I'm not sure what I want to do with Wesley Merrill yet in his freshman season. I want to play Merrill. Maybe it's outside, because he's looked good too. McKinley's not very explosive. He's just kind of a few yards and a cloud of dust kind of running back. Ooh, there you go. Get some yards after contact, though, and you can get some carries. Nice. McKinley's one of those running backs. You need 4 yards, I'll get you 3. You need 1 yard, I'll get you 3. I believe that's a Leroy Horde quote, former Viking. I think it was actually in reverse, though. You need 4 yards, or like, you need 1 yard, I'll get you 3. You need 4 yards, I'll get you 3. I love that, because that's exactly what Matt Asiata was. McKinley has a couple fumbles in here. That's a little concerning. Colbert's got an arm. Oh, man. Ja'Cory Day and Justin Colbert. Colbert has a cannon. This throw. This goes further than 50 yards because he's throwing it across the field. Oh, man. Unreal. I'll probably look more at 5-star prospects now because the recruiting tree is getting filled out, and we can do a little bit more with adding more points to those players. Haven't done a lot of that in the past, but we'll have our eyes on a couple this year, I think. I won't ignore them as much as I have in the past. I definitely think that Justin Colbert is going to rise in popularity. Ooh, not sure after that throw. There you go, Terrence. Justin McClellan had a good practice. I really like these practices. Deep shot, John Charles! Knocks it away from John Charles. Ooh, off the hands, no good. What's Colbert's throw power? I think it's 87, which is the same as JR Battles. Okay, Ja'Cory. I haven't seen him do that one before. Not the best hook and ladder. No effort required, just an easy deep ball to Amonte Jones. Making it look easy out here. Please don't blitz. See, McKinley just doesn't have the burst. Ja'Cory would have burned him right there. Ja'Cory had him beat. So, this doesn't really bring up a question if he should start over Battle. Oh, but should Colbert maybe be the backup now this year? Look at this throw. Unreal. These are ridiculous passes from Colbert. He has an absolute cannon. We better have someone fast on the team for when Colbert eventually gets playing time. If he starts, we need someone fast. Wow. He's a burner. It's amazing. Nah, Day is the backup. If, like, all of our receivers get hurt and there's no point in passing the football, Jacory is the quarterback. Poor Brett Mitchell, not getting any love in this stream. We've had Jacory Day throwing passes and no Brett Mitchell. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for today. It was a long stream, long off season, lots of fun. Really enjoyed it. What year is Colbert? Red shirt freshman. He's got time. Alrighty guys, that is the off season. Hope you had a good time today. I know I did. That was really fun. We peaked at 1,200 viewers today in a very, very fun off season. Lots of good stuff came away from this one. Many new talented players on the team. The practice was fun. Defense had some awesome moments, but the offense had a lot of standouts like Justin Colbert and Justin McClellan. You know, it's going to be a fun year. And before we get on to year 6, we're definitely going to have one more practice stream. I'll be recapping this offseason to turn it into a video. And I will have more Kalispell coming your way soon. So thank you all. Have a great day. Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. Whatever it is you're celebrating, I hope you have a wonderful time. And just make the most of it. That's all I'm going to say. Enjoy the holidays, everybody. I hope you all are ready for more Kalispell Dynasty when we return next week. We'll have more streaming. It's a fun time. I'll see you all later. Have a great day.